What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So recently, IpadOS 15 came out, right? And in the midst of IpadOS 15, we got a lot of great features and things like that. But there was one thing that IpadOS 15 did to my whole setup that I thought was very annoying, but I was able to fix it. So in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about the issue that I was having with IpadOS 15 and my Scarlett solo audio interface and how I fixed it. Let's get to it. So basically, IpadOS 15 came out maybe about a week and a couple of days ago. And soon as it came out, I pressed the button, I installed it and things like that. But one of the biggest issues that I had with IpadOS 15 is the fact that it stopped recognizing my audio interface. I have a Scarlett solo that I run into some studio speakers or whatever the case, some little studio monitors, and that's how I get my sound, my crispy little sound from my iPad Air 4 desk setup, right? And I did a video showing you guys how to set it up and things like that, so I'll put a card on the screen if you're interested in trying to see how I, set that up, and if you want to try to do it yourself or whatever the case. So IpadOS 15 came out and it stopped working completely, so I wasn't able to get sound from my monitors, and the iPad was not even showing that the Scarlett solo audio interface was even connected. So I was a little confused. I was mad. I was like, you know what? I'm going to downgrade back to IpadOS 14. And I was like, nah, man, let's just stay with 15. And hopefully they'll come out with like some little, IpadOS 15.1 or 2 or something, and it will fix the issue. But me being the type of person that I am, I could not wait. So I started digging around on the internet, and guess what? I found a way to fix it. So for everybody out there who has an audio interface, something like a Scarlett Solo or anything like that, from Focusrite, and if it's not working on IpadOS 15, this is going to help you out right here. So I really think the issue with IpadOS 15 and with the audio interface that I have, I think what ended up happening is when I installed IpadOS 15, after doing some research, I found that, iPads weren't working with, audio interfaces and things like that because they were in MSD mode. And MSD mode is mass storage device mode. So what I'm assuming is that when IpadOS 15 came out and I installed it, I think that it started to read my Focusrite Scarlett Solo as a mass storage device instead of reading it as an audio interface. So, and keep in mind, I didn't have this issue with IpadOS 14 at all. It was plug and play, but as soon as IpadOS 15 came out, it was no longer plug and play. It would show up in the Files app as a Scarlett, but it would not recognize it as an audio interface. So in order to get it out of that whole MSD mode, you're just gonna need to go to Focusrite's little website, go to their little support section, and you're just gonna need to download Focus Control. So once you get there to their website, you'll scroll through, pick your actual device that you have, download Focus Control, and once you install Focus Control, you'll get the opportunity to pick between a Mac and Windows. I did use a Windows computer because I run an iPad, but I don't have a desktop or a laptop anymore. I'm pretty much kind of done with those things for right now. So I just grabbed my daughter's Windows computer and I plugged my Focusrite in that, and I ran it on her little laptop or whatever the case. So once you install Focusrite Control, your computer will restart. Once it restarts, it'll open back up, and that Focusrite Control app will pop open. Once it pops open, it's going to ask you, do you want to update your firmware? And by doing this, it will take it out of MSD mode. So all I did in that situation was click yes. It installed the new little firmware or whatever the case. And pretty much that was it. I plugged my audio interface back into my iPad, and my iPad started recognizing it as an audio interface again and not as a mass storage device. So hopefully this video has helped somebody out there, who was probably running into the same issue with IpadOS 15, pretty much putting their audio interface back into MSD mode, mass storage device mode. Hopefully this video has helped you. And if it did, man, don't forget to hit that like button, man. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever I drop a video on this channel. And it's been your man, Jay, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.